Hello and welcome to Working Title, a segment in which I write an entire book and record it. I'll start off by saying the genre of this book is fantasy because I don't have to do any research unless I want to, and I didn't want this. Well, let me start by saying I didn't want this to be something that was close to my heart. I had just come up with the concept the day I recorded this session of writing. And, that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to, the whole thing just recorded, nothing planned ahead of time, just jumping straight into it. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be something close to my heart where I would spend like an hour worrying about the wording of a paragraph or like really intently, frustratingly trying to figure out what the characters were going to do next or say next or what the meaning of it all was. No, I wanted it to just be an adventure. So when I first sat down to start this, my attitude was like, all right, let's just get into it. Let's get to the meat of it, right? But then I was like, I stopped and was like, wait, this needs details. Like where we're starting it, though it was actiony, there needs to be details to orientate the reader and also to focus in on. There needs to be certain details expressed, and we need to slow down on certain details because of what is important to this character. And I was struggling with that in this first session. So you'll probably see me do that a lot, but you see me pause, where the cursor's not doing anything. But that was the big hurdle in this first session, is figuring out. I wasn't really I wasn't even focused on which details to express. I just expressed details. So there are some things in here that aren't necessary at all. Some things that just feel slow. Like it feels slow and fast at the same time. Like it feels very quick in some places and very slow in others, especially with dialogue that doesn't need to be there, that's redundant. I felt this first session was very vague as well, because I was kind of just lost in it, I didn't know what to hit. Aranthus's brother, I kind of just threw in there at last minute. We'll see what happens with him. I haven't really decided yet, but I like the so far I'm liking the like the theme of this electricity thing. That was a happy accident. And so far, the mother is like just a vague shadow right now. That's, you know, in terms of character, she's just vague. I was too focused on what I wanted to have happen after this to really stop and think, oh, hang on, I gotta focus on this for right now to build up to that point. I might change the name of the light elves. I don't like the characters referring to the light elves as light elves, because it just feels really awkward and it makes the racism feel too obvious. So I might call them something else. They might still be light elves, that race or species, whatever, but I might just name them something else. I don't know what yet. I also feel like these people, like, they had to have been expecting these light elves that they were on the way, so I feel like they should have been better prepared for the moment that they hit. So that's something that could be changed as well. You know, I wanted this to be something that I wouldn't think about. I was thinking, oh, you know, this ain't going to be something I'm going to think about until I'm in the moment writing it, you know, but I think it was destined to just not work out that way, because after I finished it, I was thinking back on it and just feeling kind of not that great about it. Yeah, the little lockbox was kind of thrown in there as well. You know, the idea that she looks back at her bedroom for probably the last time just made me think, well, surely there's got to be something in there she would go back for. But I like the moment here where I express the bedroom and the red firelight. Like, the whole of the bedroom is like her beating heart. This is the first time I've ever written fantasy. At length, anyway. So, trying a lot of new things all at once. This family, they're dark elves, by the way. You know, I think I can go ahead and just say that. That's not expressed in the text here, but so you know what I mean when I'm talking about light elves, dark elves. I don't really want to call them either of those, but I have no idea what else to call them. I'm still laughing at beated. Yeah, so like I said, I was too focused on wanting to get to the meat of what, you know, the meat of the concept that I thought was going to be pretty interesting to write about, and had to stop because, oh, I needed all this detail before I got to that moment, which is this character, Aranthis, running into another character. meeting another character, and that's where the concept came from, just these two characters interacting with each other. This part right here I fumble around with because I'm like, well, all this stuff that they're just carrying in their hands just feels really awkward. No, what am I gonna do about that? So I don't know. I'd probably change that too, but yeah. And I was thinking, after I'd written this, the way I'd introduced the story was very. I didn't feel good about it, so I thought, should I have introduced it this way? Especially when I was more focused on trying to get to, meeting the other character. I thought, well, maybe I should double back and try it again. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it as it is and just keep going from there. Try to power through it. I think it can work. I don't know if I will end up revising this whole thing. I don't know what's going to happen with this segment. I just wanted to try it. I've had the idea to try it for about a year. And I'm trying it now because I would want some change in my life, and this seemed like a good time to try it out. I don't know what's going to happen with it. Hopefully I will keep up with it because I really like the idea and of just writing an entire book and it being recorded, and anybody can see it, whatever. And I had some fun with it. If I come across a part that I'm just not, I'm slugging through, it's dragging, I will try and change it to make it more fun for me. I want to try and keep this fun for me, and hopefully for whomever out there is watching. All this detail with the town as well, because the character isn't going to be focused on the detail of the town, so I can't really stop and focus on all that stuff. I was thinking maybe we'll come back later in a different dark elf town and really look, and it'll remind her of her home. I'm coming up really quick on the end here, so thank you for watching.